Merry Christmas, Jason. Not the right kind of horse. Not a sensei, but Merry Christmas. You're not going to see myself on the 25th of December 2025. Well, there's turkey, it might be chicken. I'll have to have a look. I've never made it. Let's have a look. Yeah. I'm doing what you see, my friend, my mate, my pal. Sorry, Sean, 3, 2, 1, 20. Just those boys, they turn it into a, we can't say friend now. It sounds a bit, we'll say mate, we'll say pal, and make ourselves not sound like we need to get the word out. What's the word? Oh, no, it's not ha. It's that one that's, well, that's a sign of not very good. Starts with the A, ends with a No. The final learn of A, B, C. The final learn was directed to, yes, you are one of the ones that learned it that row. A, B, K. We learned it straight out of the letter A, B, C. It was in all when ourselves already to have the literal trait within reality. A, B, K. Now, all we need to isolate was the one to learn the B. B. Isolate the one to say B. It sounds slow out. It's slow out. It's behind the scene. It's the way to tact the rest of the world were to put one to look like they had not got the B. Yes. And behind the scene, what can one then you can that maybe they were not saying whatsoever at all. And why would they not saying whatsoever? No, why would they not? Why were they saying? Why were they saying? Because the elusive threat was to hide that individual from the very day. No, we know it. They can't talk. They have yes, they might scare us all. So then you're a weak one. You're weak. You're set off better. Very set off better. But then that's the way to get out. Then once set off better. Yes, off better. You have to admit it to anyone that will hurt you. There's your missus. You're gonna say to your missus that you are set off better and you can't take it. Will you? There's no other route out. You're gonna lose right there, right now. You're not gonna win. You have to say, no, you have to talk. You have to talk that you can't win, that you're weak, that you're set up better right there and then. In front of your children, in front of everyone. You're gonna say that you're set up better. Talk. You're not gonna win. You're on the ground. You wanna take it? Take it. Get out. No, the cane's easy. What do you want to take then? Can you win? You're gonna take on the world. The world's there. Can you win? Well, you gotta. On your own, you're gonna take on everyone. Win. There's a talk out. Excuse, weak. Kick in. Out. Say, all right. There's your missus, there's your kids. Now, they like to play. Like to begin. So, there's a move. That move says, nope, that's not going to be good enough. Why? Because they need to win, and they need to win versus you. They need to win versus you. They need to win versus you. They're going to have to win. They're going to have to drive it in so they react. We told you. Our darling. Our heart. We told you that's a way to just to get you to react. Keep calm. Keep nice. There'll be pounds in your purse and there'll be a cup of cocoa at night. You'll feel warm. You'll feel hot. Your eye went onto what you not got. What you will get now. You will turn it around because you have entered you have entered home. You are on the ground. You are in the zone. Because when it was your, then you need to react. You need to prove your honor with valor. You need to say you got the power, and it was not that skull that was the color. Was it? We'll have to remind you how we have to relearn. It's not the masters of the universe, it's the master of the world. Reference. The one that used to have the sword. The one that used to. They are not seen. That means the one with the skeleton face took over. Was it evil then? Are the ones that were around? No, it was Skeletor. No, it was the man. They programmed the wire. They installed the sensor. They reacted. They turned around and Skeletor got what they wanted. Yeah. I thought they only wanted the one that said that had the power anyway when it was the skull of the color. So then when they have now turned that individual around, what else would Mr. Skeletor want, sir? It's one to learn and it's one to, it's reference. But then it can be the way that they circulate has then taken. Hey! That's the... Because there are individuals that turn around and say, hey, how are you? We have not reached that level. You have not calmed your individual. They are wound up. They will pound. They will take it. Why? Because they are down. They're out. They will not win. They never will. They always will never win. It was easy. You take the ankle and you flip it over. It goes backwards and sideways, around there. How easy. But then it took two, they will talk. I was one and they were two. So why can't you take two? At all. Because they will give you the, it's only 1-1. It's only 1-1. That's my route. Well, then you're weak. What if the other one's not tall? What if the other one's not tall? The other one's not tall. Then you can say you still have got the, this begins with an A and it ends with an E. You still got attitude. Why would you not talk it there? Because then you know there's a snake where there's not one word. You get to learn how the snake crawls. I've seen him in the cage, I've not seen him out. But can you really hold the chorus in your hand? You only held one that did not have. Well. Just because you had a pick of one around your neck. It did not have the required dose to give you a win. So we will question the one that will say, I know how you are. because I will have another. We will read the note that's there. It will indicate how long you were here and how long you were not. It will tell you we have now calculated that it might have. Then it's we. Then it's you. Then it's no one. Then it's you. No, it's you now. You have reacted. So I will need to not only throw you, I will need to say, hey. I will need to say, are you alright? Why? We'll have to learn that later whether you are. Maybe we'll have to learn it now whether you. We'll have to calculate why you even went close. But then that's not the word that's serial at all. It's not meters or miles. It's con. We have now guided ourselves with a smile. We will ask another call. We'll ask another answer because we are. You're not we with I. You're on your own. Say, in their own house, in their own world, they are the ones that will turn around and say, they are our life. And if we take that to turn into a we, because I will call yourself my mate, no, that's why. But why will also indicate another thing there. Why will also indicate why you will have no hair. You went near within the mirror, then I won't want to see where we were. I will calculate a little answer, and I will drive it back to the world. Prancer. Oh, so you learn the name. You learn the name, Dasher Prancer. But what about the main one? The one with the red there? But the main one stands tall. The main one will be Call. Damn! The main one's Call. Why? You could not get the rhyme there and then, but you know that's what I was looking at, because then that will give you a what will give you. There are meters within what talk, because then when we say that's not Syria, and we laugh and then we joke, we have an old Syria motive behind the scenario. And what's the ulterior motive? Well, we're all making it out that that's not a Syria word. Then we just need to connect where we can say, all right, sir. Well, we can get near, and when we can hear, the sound will be sent within the millihertz. You will learn how to become what you are not. One with no A to an E. With no one that's got no talk out, one that's not gonna moan and groan. You see, one day I reacted to my name. Wasif. Not everywhere, only in certain. And why would one react? Because your name has been converted. Well, your name will convert. Yes, I'll wear the T, I'll wear that, but I would not convert, would be, that's my own answer. You won't convert. No, we would have to make it look that we would, but then maybe we won't. But then you would have to go into torture. We have seen when that one was tortured, when they would not convert back to, they would not go back to what they were learning. They were part of our houses, they were part of our world, they were part of our family. They were part of where we were. They were our own. And then they became another. So it was torture to take out why you were not. If that's what it takes, please. I want them to be putting their hands there and saying, wee. We were taught in the Church of England schools, and I was in Lahore, and there are also many there that still learn under the Church of England schools. However, we'll go back to the tone of the name. So when one's called Wasif, we can put that into a yes, you might be one of ours, etc. That's all right. That's no concern. The concerns when it's a real cover, when your name's it's already in the church. Oh, okay. I just might need to go and calculate whether my own one's got to around. So your name's not here, or your name's not over there, or it's given. So, but then you would have to picture. I cannot believe that my. And then you can see why there's a direct. You see, I'm going to call Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him. And the direct then is that Prophet Jesus for myself is not the Son of God. So then it's the direct name. No, it's a direct reference. I don't even know why I've said name. It's hard to, you see why it's direct then. You cannot get yourself out of. Yes, the Jewish lies would not believe in Prophet Jesus, but that's not the, I would have to look in with them. Yeah, I need to maybe read a bit more Ari. But what's my concern right now would be that why is that a direct? One's got Jesus, one's got Jesus and the Son of God. It would have to be a direct because when we would talk that Jesus will be prophets, we do care for the ones that do believe Jesus to be the Son of God. But then when it's direct in terms of the references that we individual humans talk, then what do we talk? And then it's direct, and then it's I'll just have to go and let me put on the father's it's nice, it's alright, but you would not convert on the in, you would convert on the yo, you would give it alright, let's act like everyone else. You will not convert your in, we will know it. So you will have to go under the torture that one had, whether one reviewed it or not. The message was put under what did they call it? What did they call it? What do they call it when you're on a hit? Well, anyway, it goes under that. I'm gonna have to read it again. But anyway, the torture then from the one where you have, well, whether you were to convert, you have converted on the out, you have not converted on the in. What's in you know what's on the out. So you put on the father's whatever, you put on the father's cloth, uniform, no. Rolls on. What? No. You have converted on the out, but you have not converted on the in, means it will require that torture that we're seeing one very day. And maybe that's why Iran put it on a fatwa. I can't even remember that word fatwa. That's why Iran put it on a fatwa. Maybe that's one, because then it might give the name might be not the answer. Because then it would be lives that like you that live in the West, myself that live in the West. They have converted on the out, they have not converted on the in. So let me give you that redirect to why one will be concerned of why the name, when it converts to a free Wasif rather than Wasif, why it becomes the concern that one converted in reality. No, don't believe that Jesus was the Son of God. I still believe my prophet Jesus to be a prophet. So then you have a stairway, and then it's the end. So then you calculate. I wasn't supposed to go into religion and politics whatsoever, but for some reason I have now, because I'm wearing a Christmas. What's the name for it? What do you call that? No, we've got gangster over there that will call it the shields. The body armor. The t-shirt's your body armor. What about your body, bro? Anyway, how do you know that? Because they will relate, because they will say that they were isolated, or they were under a torture many years because of another. No, hey. Oh! Why? Because you have not got to that level where they all say hi and hey. We are all talking alright. You are not talking alright then. We were told to act, cover it. You were told to act, cover it. Put up your face. And inside, do what you want then. They won't know whatsoever, because the one that will react will be the one to be the joker. They'll be the one to have no act, and we will give the answer. We will portray that we are calm, and we will take the word, and then it's our. The pounds will be out in our pocket, and everything to go with. Sorry, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve. I've got myself stuck in that talk. No, I was just going into the top because I was looking at something direct, because when it becomes something about whether you're Muslim or whether you're Christian, you can look at the direct answer. Now, we celebrate Christmas. We all celebrate Christmas in my house. It's always there. We won't need to give you the reason whether it will be Jesus is, for the Christian lives, Jesus, Son of God. Because then we would have to learn that even when we talk in that reference, then would I sin from my own talk? So then I would have to put down that to be sin, and then would have to understand that then comes an offense from one side to another, right there and then. So then what would one do? Well, you got to put yourself through that strip. Even if we talk it, it will still be a sin for our own fault.